Nestled in the lush mountains of Guatemala is the beginning of a dream. A place called Opal House, where desperately poor and abandoned children can find a refuge filled with hope and healing. But this dream can't come true without your help and support.
There are countless children that live in poverty, on the streets, and they're homeless.
These children are surrounded by garbage and shacks and cement and smells that we probably can't even imagine.
They need a home, they need safety, they need love.
Dr. Will Bogle and his wife Diane, a surgical technologist, have traveled the world on many missions of mercy as medical professionals. Their life of service takes them to places like Vietnam, Mexico, and Guatemala.
We have a common shared faith that has led us to serve overseas for years.
But it would be a return trip to Guatemala that would change the course of their lives.
We were able to see in a very short picture window the incredible need in Guatemala City. These are children that are coming out of the dump cities. The natural movement is to go from their homes out into the streets to make money. Some of them will get involved with drugs and prostitution. And then once the streets get a hold of them, they'll probably end up living there. And then the next natural movement is to go into gangs, and gangs go into prisons.
The desperate plight of Guatemalan children grabbed Will and Diane's hearts and wouldn't let go.
It's incredibly painful. Anybody who's ever had kids, the tender age of maybe 5 or 6, out on the streets huffing paint or trying to sell something to eke out a living, it would tear at your heart. I can't imagine anybody, even the most cold-hearted person, being able to look at a need like that and just to walk away. That's the temptation, is to walk away. It was overwhelming to me. It was so overwhelming, the burden was so great. I knew that we had to do something. I felt impressed that we had to do something.
Diane and Will searched their souls for a way to help these children. Then, while on a retreat in the mountains of Guatemala, they found an answer.
We came across this incredible piece of property and farm that was for sale, and it was perfect for a children's home. It has a fully furnished guest home with bunk beds and lots of space for children. It has beautiful fresh air and safety and serenity. It has 59 acres of farmland, an incredible opportunity for growth and endless possibilities.
Once we stood on the property and we began to walk around with the realtor, we began to see the possibilities that this plot of land could be a garden for the kids. The kids could grow a garden. There could be animals here. The children could play here. And then all of a sudden it was as if there was a revelation. This could be a place of refuge for children.
With a giant leap of faith, Will and Diane decide they will buy the property and create a haven for homeless children called Opal House.
The home is a perfect country refuge to take children off the streets of Guatemala City and in their poverty-stricken areas and put them in a place of serenity in the mountains. Our hope is to break the cycle of poverty, of homelessness, of lack of love that leads these children to suffer and perish on the streets of Guatemala City.
That we'll be able to take those children before they hit the streets, and that we'll be able to sequester them in a place where they won't be drawn back into the streets, because it's a place that's literally in the country, probably 2 or 3 hours out of Guatemala City. And so maybe they can get used to what I see as a normal family life.
The initial plan is to pay off the property and hire staff to help house, educate, and nurture 15 to 20 orphans. As support grows, so will Opal House.
We're hoping, with all hope, that our community, our faith community, our community at large, the people that surround us that are able to respond will respond, because we know that it's going to take an effort on the part of many people to see these children rescued from the disparity and the hopelessness that they have now. I'm doing it because the need is so great.
With your help and their determination, Will and Diane would like to provide additional housing and even a medical clinic on this property. Their mission is to provide for Guatemalan children now living a life of hopelessness, desperation, and despair, a refuge of hope called Opal House.
I have a desire, and that desire will turn into feelings, but the feelings will evaporate and nothing will become of it if I don't act now. I don't want the feelings to evaporate. I don't want the desire to just dissipate and I become a person who does nothing about a need that I see in front of me. So to me, the time is now. The time to do it is now.